Discover scuba diving is an amazing experience, and one that opens the door to endless possibilities. But there are a few things you'll need to know before you're ready to jump in and take that first breath underwater. A PADI professional will be with you throughout the entire process, answering your questions and making sure you're geared up right and ready to go exploring. Also, Discover Scuba Diving isn't a certification course, so you dive only with a PADI instructor, assistant instructor, or dive master. These independent professionals are part of PADI, the world's largest and most popular scuba training organization. In other words, they really know their stuff. The first thing you need to understand as a diver is pressure. If you've ever flown in a plane or gone up into the mountains, you've felt your ears popping. That's because the pressure surrounding you gets lower as you go higher. So the higher pressure air in your ears and sinuses flows out as the pressure around you changes. The opposite happens underwater. The deeper you go, the greater the pressure. This pressure pushes against your body's air spaces. To avoid discomfort or injury, you'll need to equalize the pressure in these spaces with the higher pressure around you. Luckily, this is easy to do. To equalize your ears and sinuses, simply pinch your nose and blow gently. To equalize your mask, blow air into it through your nose. Do this every meter or few feet before you start to feel discomfort. Equalize gently, whenever you feel the pressure, not forcefully, and not for an extended time. Colds and congestion make it hard to equalize, so don't dive with blocked sinuses. First, get well, and then get wet. If you feel discomfort at any time as you descend, stop. Signal the PADI professional by pointing to your ear. Your leader isn't a mind reader and won't know you're having difficulty equalizing unless you signal. Go up a little and try it again, gently. When you can equalize, continue your descent. If you can't equalize, end the dive. Continuing to descend without equalizing is painful, and it can cause serious ear injury. The most important thing in diving is to breathe continuously and never ever hold your breath. Here's why. As you ascend underwater, there's less pressure. This causes air to expand, including the air you're breathing. As long as you breathe normally, no problem. The pressure in your lungs stays equalized with the surrounding pressure. Now, imagine you filled a balloon underwater, sealed it, and ascended. The air expanding in it would cause it to burst. This is much like what would happen to your lungs if you were to hold your breath. Expanding air would cause serious, sometimes fatal, lung overexpansion injuries. This is one of the most serious injuries a diver can have, but also one of the easiest to avoid. Just breathe continuously and never hold your breath. When it's time to ascend, go up slowly. Your body needs time to adjust to the pressure change. Your instructor will help you ascend at a proper, safe rate. You need specialized gear to scuba dive, but that's part of the fun. There are lots of styles and sizes for everything, but don't get overwhelmed. Your PADI professional will show you what you need, help you put it on, and help you adjust it. Here's what your gear does. A mask lets you see clearly underwater. Your PADI professional will show you how to fit it, then how to defog it, so it doesn't fog up underwater and you can actually see. Fins help you kick more efficiently underwater. Your PADI professional will help you choose the best type and size for you. Some people have limited leg use. No worries. If that's you, webbed gloves can help you use your arms to swim effectively. Let's look at some of the stuff you'll be doing in Discover Scuba Diving. How do you talk underwater? Most of the time with hand signals. This means, "Are you okay?" or "I am okay." Stop. Go up. Go down. Slow down. Take it easy. Remember this one? Ear problem if you can't equalize. Your PADI professional may ask to see your air gauge with this signal. This means low on air. And if you have a problem, signal something is wrong, followed by pointing to the problem. You shouldn't need to signal out of air, but in an emergency, this tells your PADI professional to provide you air from an alternate air source. 6 pieces of equipment make up your scuba kit. The cylinder, the regulator, the BCD or buoyancy control device, the air gauge, the weight system, and the alternate air source. Cylinders hold compressed air, and regulators supply that air at exactly the right pressure when you inhale. That's how Scuba lets you breathe underwater. Your VCD lets you float at the surface whenever you want. And air gauges display how much air you have left in your cylinder. Some of your gear floats, and so do most people. So, you just need enough lead in your weight system to let you descend underwater. In other words, weight systems help you descend. It's not likely you'll need it, but just in case, your PADI professional has an alternate air source, a spare regulator, really, to share air with another diver. If you ever needed it, your PADI professional will provide you with their alternate air source, and you should breathe from it just like you would from your own regulator. One of the first things you'll learn is how to float comfortably at the surface. Push the inflator button to fill your BCD, and voila, you're floating. Yes, it's that easy. To descend, just raise the hose over your shoulder and push the deflator button to let the air out. Wait for your PADI professional to tell you to do it so that you stay together. When your gear's set and everyone's ready, you'll go underwater using Scuba for the first time. Your first experience may be in a pool or another site with pool-like conditions, such as a beach, a spring, or from a boat. When your instructor gives the go-ahead, put in your regulator, take a couple of breaths, then drop down, breathing slowly and deeply as you descend. Remember to equalize and do not hold your breath. Breathing underwater is a unique experience. There's nothing like it. Pay attention to your PADI professional, but savor this moment. Even after hundreds of dives, you'll never forget it. Even though you're in shallow water, you'll still feel a little pressure in your ears. Practice equalizing so you get the feel of it. If you're doing Discover Scuba Diving in a pool, this is all you need to do. Breathe continuously, remember to equalize, and pay attention to your instructor. If you'll be diving outside a pool, you'll learn and practice a few more skills. You'll learn that if you need to, you can take your regulator out underwater, replace it, clear the water from it, and resume breathing. To practice, take it out and hold on to it. Divers blow small bubbles when we don't have the regulator in our mouth. It's a reminder not to hold our breath. Put it back in, place your tongue against the mouthpiece, and gently push the purge button. That's the button on the front. It releases air that pushes out the water. Now you can resume breathing from your regulator. You can also put the regulator back in, then blow the water out when you exhale. Your PADI professional may have you practice both ways. With both methods, take your next breath cautiously, in case there's a little water left. If there is, blow it out when you exhale. If you let go of your regulator, you can easily get it back. To practice, Remove your regulator and let it fall to your side. Blow small bubbles. With your torso upright, lean to your right. See how the regulator swings out? Reach back alongside your cylinder with your right arm. Then sweep forward and outward. Your regulator comes with it. Put it back in your mouth and clear it, like you just learned. You can find your regulator at the surface this way too. Water may trickle into your mask during the dive, and it's a pain to surface just to get it out. It's easier to clear it where you are. When you learn, start by gently letting a little water in to just below eye level. Press the top of your mask and blow through your nose as you look slightly upward. Your breath pushes water out the bottom. Magical. If you need to, take another breath and blow again until it's all gone. Now it's time to go for the dive. Your PADI professional will adjust your buoyancy for you when you're underwater. She will watch you throughout the dive, and if your buoyancy needs adjusting, do it for you. Scuba swimming differs from regular swimming. Keep your arms loosely at your side, toes pointed and body straight. Kick slowly from your hips with only slight knee bends. Use long, slow, strong kicks, and you'll glide along comfortably. Of course, always stay close to the PADI Pro. Your air gauge, also called the submersible pressure gauge, or SPG, is usually on your left. Check it often. Your PADI professional will also ask to see it. If your air supply nears the caution zone, let your PADI professional know, because it's time to end the dive. When it's time to ascend, your PADI professional will give you the signal to go up. Stay close and breathe normally and continuously. Remember, never to hold your breath. I think I said that before, right? Look up, reach up, and go no faster than your PADI professional, who will adjust your BCD if needed. At the surface, inflate your BCD, float, relax, and listen to your PADI professional for any instructions. This can be harder than it sounds, not because diving affects your hearing, but because you'll want to talk about the dive and ask questions about what you did and what you saw. Wait until you're out of the water to do that, though.